Ever wondered how that daily latte impacts your financial future? Welcome to the intriguing world of the latte factor, a concept that emphasizes how seemingly insignificant daily expenses, like your morning brew, can, over time, become a significant roadblock to your financial growth. The latte factor isn't just about coffee, it's a metaphor for those small, often overlooked expenses that we deem necessary for our daily routines. Be it a latte, a gourmet sandwich, or the casual online shopping spree. The principle is simple yet profound. The $3 to $5 spent daily might seem trivial, but when you consider the cumulative cost over a month or a year, it can be quite staggering. And that's not even the full picture. Imagine this. Instead of spending those $5 on a latte each day, what if you invested them? Here's where the magic of compound interest comes into play. Compound interest, often hailed as the eighth wonder of the world, is the snowball effect of your investments growing exponentially over time. So, those $5 saved daily could potentially grow into a substantial nest egg over the years, thanks to the power of compounding. That's the opportunity cost of spending versus saving. But don't let this insight scare you off your favorite latte. The aim here isn't to deprive you of life's little pleasures, but to bring awareness to your spending habits. It's about making mindful choices that enhance your financial well-being. Remember, the latte factor isn't a one-size-fits-all concept. It's about identifying your own latte, that recurring expense which, when saved or invested, can significantly boost your financial health. It's not about cutting out all luxuries, but about understanding the value of your hard-earned money and using it wisely. So, next time you're about to make a small routine purchase, consider its potential long-term impact. Now that we've grasped the concept of the latte factor, let's delve into some real-life examples. Consider this. You purchase a latte every day for $5. Seems like a negligible expense, right? But let's take a closer look. Now, $5 a day on your favorite cup of joe adds up to $35 a week. Extend that over a month, and you're already at $140 a year. That's a whopping $1,680 spent solely on lattes. But let's not stop there. Extend this over a decade, and you've shelled out an astonishing $16,800. That's more than some people's cars. And all of that on coffee. Now imagine if you had invested that money instead. Let's say you put that daily $5 into an investment account with a modest annual return of 7%. Over the course of a decade, that daily latte money could have grown to over $20,000. That's right. Your daily caffeine fix could be costing you potential earnings of more than $3,000 over a decade. It's a common misconception that you need large amounts of money to start investing. But as we've just illustrated, even small daily expenses like a latte can add up to significant potential investments over time. Quite the eye-opener, isn't it? How often do you eat out? A simple question, but the answer might surprise you when you look at it through the lens of the latte factor. Let's take a closer look. Eating out has become a staple in our fast-paced lives. It's quick, it's easy, and let's face it, it's delicious. But have you ever stopped to think about how much it's costing you? Let's say you're spending an average of $20 on a meal 5 times a week. That's $100 weekly, or over $5,000 a year. Now, imagine if you were to cut that down. Say you decide to prepare more meals at home, reducing your eating out to maybe twice a week. You'd be saving $60 a week, which amounts to over $3,000 in a year. But let's not stop there. Let's take it one step further. What if you were to invest that saved money into a low-risk investment portfolio with an average annual return of 5%? In 10 years, that $3,000 saved annually could grow to almost $40,000. It's not about giving up the things you love, it's about making smarter choices. Choices that can help you achieve your financial goals, and maybe even afford you a few extra luxuries down the line. So, the next time you're about to swipe your card for that takeout order, think about this. What could that money do for you if you put it to work? Imagine the possibilities with those savings. Netflix, Spotify, Amazon Prime, how many subscriptions do you have? It's an era of convenience where for a small monthly fee you can have entire libraries of music, movies, and even groceries at your fingertips. Indeed, the allure is strong. But have you ever stopped to consider the financial impact of these multiple subscription services? Let's say you're spending $20 on music, $30 on movie streaming, and another $20 for your online workout classes. That's $70 a month or $840 a year. It may not seem like a lot in the grand scheme of things, but what could that money do if it were invested instead? Consider this. If you were to invest that $840 annually, with an average return of 7%, after 10 years, you'd have nearly $12,000. After 20 years, that sum could grow to almost $33,000. And in 30 years, you're looking at a potential of over $87,000. That's the power of compound interest, turning your monthly subscriptions into a sizable nest egg. Now, this isn't to say you should cancel all your subscriptions immediately, but it's worth taking a moment to consider which services you truly value and use regularly, and which ones might just be draining your bank account without offering much in return. Subscriptions can add up, can't they? Those impulse purchases might be more costly than you think. We've all been there, haven't we? A quick trip to the mall or a casual browse online, and before you know it, you've got a cart full of items you hadn't planned on buying. Let's imagine that you're spending an extra $50 a week on unnecessary shopping. That might not seem like a lot in the grand scheme of things, but let's do the math. Over a year, that's an extra $2,600. And if you were to continue this habit for 5 years, you'd be looking at a whopping $13,000. Now let's flip the script. Suppose you took that $50 each week and instead invested it into a savings account with an annual interest rate of 2%. After 1 year, you'd have saved up over $2,600. And after 5 years, you'd have saved up approximately $14,000 thanks to the magic of compound interest. That's right, by simply cutting out those unnecessary purchases, you could have an extra $14,000 in your pocket after 5 years. And that's not even taking into account the potential growth if you were to invest that money instead. So the next time you're tempted to make an impulse purchase, remember this: those shoes, that gadget, or that trendy piece of home decor might be more costly than they seem. Next time, think twice before swiping that card. Ever considered the cost of your lifestyle choices? Let's delve into how these choices, like opting for driving instead of public transportation, can significantly affect your finances over time. Imagine this: you've got your shiny new car parked outside, and it's a beauty. But here's the catch. The allure of the open road comes with hidden costs: fuel, insurance, maintenance, and let's not forget depreciation. It's a fact, cars lose value the moment they leave the lot. Now let's contrast that with public transportation. Yes, it can be a bit of a hassle, but it's often significantly cheaper. Plus, you don't have to worry about parking, maintenance, or those pesky insurance premiums. But it's not just about cars and buses. Lifestyle choices extend to other aspects of life too. Think about your housing situation. Living in the city center can be exciting, but it also comes with a higher price tag. Choosing to live a little further out, where rent or mortgage payments are lower, can free up a substantial portion of your income. And remember, it's not about depriving yourself. It's about making smart choices that align with your financial goals. Maybe that means cooking at home more often, or choosing a less expensive gym, or even just making your own coffee instead of buying it every morning. Small changes can make a big difference. So start reimagining your lifestyle choices today and watch your savings grow. So what can we take away from this? The power of small savings is undeniable. With each latte skipped, every home-cooked meal, and wise decisions about subscription services and shopping, you're setting a foundation for financial growth. It's about making lifestyle choices that prioritize your future. The potential to accumulate wealth isn't just in big earnings, but in the everyday decisions we make about spending and investing. Remember, every penny counts. Your future self will thank you.